Hi, it's the official podcast, episode 396. It's me, Jackson. I'm joined by Andrew, Kaya, as well as Charlie. He's here as well. This week, a lot of stuff has happened these past 2 weeks. In fact, so much has happened in the world of the internet that it's probably going to be an episode that's hyper-focused on just two individuals. I'll let you guys guess who. It's a new game show where we guess who Jackson's going to be talking about this episode. Any wild guesses?
It's you and your dad.
Oh no!
Okay, you are like still asleep, aren't you?
Well, am I wrong?
Yeah, you're wrong. I'm not going to be talking about my dad.
Ah, fuck.
All right, it's gonna be Boogie and Dr. Disrespect. I'm very excited because, you know, sometimes we just have really slow and boring weeks and we all show up and there's like, okay, what are we talking about? And then there's weeks that are just jam-packed with people humiliating themselves on the internet, and it is always fun. And I'm always excited. And Jackson does a lot of prep before the show and like making documents, and he sent it to me earlier. And he asked, hey, if you want to take a glance at this, please do. And I told him, I kind of want like the show and tell. You know when like a joke is just funnier when you hear it for the first time? Rather than like, I'm excited. Let's go.
So
introduce us.
Last week we were going to talk about the Dr. Disrespect stuff, but we did talk about it in last week's episode, but we ended up cutting the segment, right, Andrew? Did you want to talk about that briefly?
I figured, so we talked about it a bit towards the end of our episode, maybe for about 15 minutes, probably less. And I figured it was a good decision that we take it out because we knew that this week we were going to be talking a lot more about it with way more updated info. And that section just seemed a combination of not very interesting, and we didn't really say much, and we explicitly said we're waiting for more info. So I figured it would be a much better episode, just save all of it for now that a lot of other info has come out, and boy, is there a lot more to talk about.
Aren't you happy that we waited?
Yeah, since we didn't push that out, now we can push this out when more info comes out and makes this obsolete too, so we can keep kicking the can down the road.
That is always so annoying. Like, we'll do a show, and all our take was last week was, you weren't missing out. It was like, well, I don't know. It's he said, she said. I don't know if anything is true or whatever. Let's wait. 10 minutes after we wrap fucking recording, Dr. Disrespect goes on Twitter and basically like slow walks an admission. Anyway.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like it, because it happened so quick after we finished, and I was like, man, we can't put this out in 3Ds. We'll look so fucking stupid.
Stupid. Yeah, plus the fact, like, how the recordings work, it would have been like 4 or 5 days until the episode actually came out.
Yeah.
So we would have been like 5 days late at that point. We would have looked stupid. And then we would have had comments being like,
that's like half of the episodes, though. Like, legitimately, that happens in like every episode. We talk about new topics. By the time the episode comes out, that shit is dusty, and people are like, well, no, we actually got more info, and you're like super wrong.
Yeah, at the same token, though, imagine that the whole internet is going, oh, this guy fucking sucks. He just admitted it. I can't believe he did it. Look at this terrible thing. And then our episode comes out, and we're like, well, hang on, everyone. Hang on. We're waiting for more info. Hang on.
It's not
We're not
enough.
sure yet.
We need more. All right, so a bit of background. Dr. Disrespect, he was banned from Twitch. He's a big Twitch streamer, or was a big Twitch streamer. He was banned in 2020 permanently, with Twitch basically saying, you know, they didn't give an answer. Basically, they were like, we're due to our community guidelines and stuff like that, we're banning Dr. Disrespect. And this was a enormous deal back in 2020. Everyone was like, what's the deal with that, right?
Yeah, just NDA talk.
Yeah, gaming journalists came out and they were like, well, we actually know why, but we're not going to say anything, didn't they? There was some stuff like that going on.
A couple of journalists did, yeah. They were like, well, Dr. Disrespect is done, and not just on Twitch. We have some crazy info about what it was that we can't share.
Yeah, so they didn't share that.
Like, don't do this. If you're going to call somebody out, just like do it. Don't do this coy, catty, gossipy. I could say so many things about him. Like, just say it then. Like, what do we have to know? Let's just say it.
What is the reason behind doing that? Just to look cool to all your friends that you have information that they don't?
Yeah, just bragging rights.
Okay.
Very annoying.
Well, regardless, that happened. Journalists were coming out and being like, well, we actually know, and it's a pretty serious deal, but we're not going to say anything due to like NDAs or whatever. And that kind of continued on for like 4 years up until this last Wait, no, there was a period back in like 2022, I think, where Dr. Disrespect, he himself found out the reason why, and he went on like a stream or something. He went live and basically said like, I just found out why, and I'm suing the fuck out of Twitch. Right? Do you guys remember that one?
I do.
Well, he sued from what I recall on the timeline, he sued pretty soon after getting banned. I don't think it was like 2 years later, but he made a statement later where he's like, I didn't know what I got banned for. I didn't know what kind of fucking baloney that was.
We have a clip.
You sent me, Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, play the clip. We have the power of technology.
But a lot of people
on our
ask me,
side.
do you know the reason? Yeah, I do know the reason why now. I've known for months now the reason why. And I'll just say this right now, champs. There's a reason why we're suing the fuck out of them. Okay? I don't know how else to put it. The amount of damages and you just don't. No.
Okay.
So he knew back then. That was 2022, I think. No, sorry, 2021. So he knew pretty quickly after he was
Correct me if
terminated.
I'm wrong. The timeline goes, he gets banned from Twitch. He takes like a 1.5 year hiatus from everything, then comes back to YouTube streaming, and a few months into YouTube streaming is when he drops that clip of, I'm suing the fuck out of them. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, you're all caught up. And
Cool.
then so, yeah.
I don't think the hiatus was very long. His long hiatus was after cheating. So it wasn't the getting banned where he took a super long hiatus.
I might be
Spoiler
conflating
alert.
those two. Yeah.
Well, wait, no, wait. The where he cheated on his wife, that was back in 2017.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the long hiatus. Like, I don't think he took a 1.5 years off after getting banned from Twitch.
Yeah, but, okay, because there was that hiatus back then in 2017 where he came out and, stupid fucking mistakes, man. He cheated on his wife and then did that live stream. And then there was another hiatus in 2019, remember, because he got banned temporarily on Twitch for filming in the E3 bathrooms. There was that hiatus, and then there was the permanent hiatus, which isn't really a hiatus, I guess, where he was banned permanently from Twitch in 2020 for what we now know as being accusations about improper conduct with a minor. So yeah, this news was just announced very recently, this last month. An ex-Twitch staffer, Cody Connors, who was the account director for, I think it was like strategic partnerships, basically posted a tweet saying he got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text, case closed, gang. And obviously this broke the internet immediately. Everyone was talking about it because this random guy basically just drops the biggest news about Dr. Disrespect in 4 years. Like what everyone had been waiting to. I didn't think we were ever going to hear like the reason as to why Doc was banned. And were you guys expecting it to be that reason as well? Like I feel like there may have been murmurs about it back in like 2020, but no one really wanted to say it with their whole chest that it could be a potential reason.
I had never heard any accusations like that at all.
When it came out, I initially thought it was just a lie, just someone stirring the pot. It just seems so out of nowhere. Like, yeah, he did cheat on his wife, but there was no mention in the past, as far as I know, of minors.
Yeah, exactly. So then Cody made that post, and then shortly after Dr. Disrespect, everyone was talking about it, including a game journalist named Jake Lucky, and Dr. Disrespect replied to his tweet out of all of the tweets saying, Jake, seriously, I get it. It's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract. So basically using the fact that like the settlement that he reached with Twitch previously over the last year, when he said he's suing the fuck out of them, they reached a settlement behind closed doors. And because of that, he's saying basically like no wrongdoing has been admitted. See, even Twitch paid me. So basically, it's not a big deal.
You can always tell when somebody hasn't run their tweets by like a PR team or a lawyer. Like it basically just sounds like, yeah, well, I didn't get caught. You couldn't prove any of it, which is, just a bad look for you.
Especially when everyone is going to like rightfully be tearing apart your tweets and stuff. To tweet something so casual about something, an allegation like this, yeah, he didn't clear it with anyone.
It also confused everybody. Like Andrew said, is that not a crime? Like, just give us the actual information. Don't just gossip and be catty and coy about it. Like, if it's as bad as you're saying, then yeah, but how come he didn't get in trouble then with like anyone, with you, with Twitch, with the police, like you still paid him. Why?
A
What actually
recurring
happened?
pattern we're going to see with him and his responses are he very clearly picks and chooses what parts to talk about when people bring things up. You know, they're very non-answer a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we kind of have an answer now.
Yeah,
that he
we
admitted
later
it's-
found that out, but when it was happening, it was very strange because it gave people enough wiggle room to have both doubters and I don't know what the other side would be called, people who thought he did it. You know, you kind of had that real split as he was initially answering because he was playing really coy, just not giving a lot of info.
Even after he admitted to it, you still have unbelievable amounts of people huffing hopium about how it's like, oh, he didn't know the person's age. Actually, they were 17 years old, 11 months, fucking 364 days old. Like, it's no matter what. He literally admitted to it, and people are still defending it, making up their own headcanon about it.
There are, of course, people still defending it, but I don't think the 50-50 split is nearly there anymore. I think now it's
No, it's not 50-50.
No, but it was at the time.
Yeah, well, because now it's untenable. You want to continue reading the tweets, Jackson?
Yeah, so let's jump ahead to the actual, I guess, him confirming what happened. So he tweeted eventually after a lot of his friends kind of distanced himself, like he was fired or let go from like a game studio that he co-founded, which that was like kind of the moment where I was like, okay, this is becoming a bit like
His own company. Yeah.
Substantial.
The other head of that studio, Robert Bowling, former Call of Duty producer, when he first saw this dropping, he on his own personal Twitter, which I don't think is in the notes here, Jackson, you're getting sloppy.
What do you mean? It's right here.
No. Before that, he said, like, I've heard of this issue and I'm handling it. And he mentioned...
Yeah, it says it's right here. Can you not see this in the document? It's right here.
Well, I'm going to pretend it's not, just to bring you down to my level. No, but he... Either way, he mentioned, yeah, I just got off a flight. I've been on a plane. I didn't know any of this was happening. I am now handling this. And then after that is when those gaming things were coming out. And a lot of people at the time were saying, well, why are you guys overreacting? There's no proof. There's no this, whatever. But, you know, if he said he's handling it and then a few hours later he makes that call, it's not a good look. The signs were there. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he says, so Robert Bowling said, I'm now aware and I'm dealing with it. He was the co-founder of the Midnight Society studio. And then he also said, like 4 days later, basically, once, I think it was before Dr. Disrespect confirmed it, but he did say, Robert Bowling said, this is a statement from me personally. It does not reflect any of my companies and has not gone through any legal or PR approvals. If you inappropriately message a minor, I cannot work with you, period. I promised to only act on facts, and I did. So...
Ugh. Unbelievable. He didn't even mention that Dr. Disrespect was framed by a Twitch employee pretending to be a 17-and-a-half-year-old. It's crazy how deep the corruption runs.
Like to catch a predator's sting.
Yeah, have you guys not seen that rumor yet?
Oh,
yeah, I've seen the rumor.
Oh, it's not even a rumor. It's just blatantly a lie.
Yeah.
But it was like a what do you call it? Like a document,
What
basically.
It was,
Fans compiled a document saying that basically like Twitch staff members conspired to entrap Dr. Disrespect using like pretending to be
Don't get entrapped,
a young
then.
woman. Yeah, I mean exactly.
There were so many
That's what I
stupid pieces
said.
of proof that came out. There was also that email that came out where people were like, look, this guy who works in game journalism said that this was all fake and not real and wasn't nearly as bad as everyone said. And it was just this unverified Gmail sent to anonymous accounts by literally anybody.
And it
Oh,
read
man.
so convenient. It's like, we have to stop the Dr. Disrespect menace. We're going to have to frame him as a pedophile.
Yeah.
It's the only way to get him.
Oh my god.
Was it because why? What was the motive? Like what did they imagine the motive was?
I don't know. What's the motive behind still defending him after he admits to talking inappropriately to a minor? Like, it's ridiculous.
I'll weigh in on that. While I don't think that this was the entire anything, like obviously he did some things. I'm not defending him in any way. I do think at the same token, Twitch did not like him. with the bathroom scandal.
Whoa. No, I think you're super wrong. You might be misremembering how much Twitch liked him. He was the face of Twitch, and Twitch embraced the fuck out of it. They used to celebrate Dr. Disrespect. So even when he had his bathroom scandal, even when he had his bathroom scandal, though, he was still the
What is
face
this
of
bathroom
Twitch.
scandal you guys keep mentioning?
He went to a convention and filmed in the bathroom, which obviously is illegal. So he got temporarily banned for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, to your point, Charlie, let's not forget that like 3 months before he was permanently banned, he signed like a multi-year 8-figure deal with Twitch, like one of the biggest in the industry at the time. So they clearly, like, sure, there might have been employees individually at Twitch who may have disliked him, but Twitch, the organization, was definitely pro Dr. Disrespect until something happened.
For sure.
Perhaps I'm looking at that petty angle that we've seen in the past with Twitch's history where the individuals there get very, very petty.
I mean, he's got a point. I mean, Andrew's kind of got a point. Like, an individual employee eventually came out.
Exactly. An individual employee is the one who came out with it. And we did, they turned out to be correct. And obviously they have the proof now. But they did still have that thing where before all this is public, they were advertising Doc's band reason to go to their concerts. They'd say, hey, come to my band concert and I'll tell you why Dr. Disrespect was removed from the platform. What I'm saying when I say...
Which is fire marketing.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. What I'm saying when I make that point is Twitch has a history of doing very individually driven petty decisions. And I could absolutely see there being some people at Twitch who, because of maybe the bathroom thing or what have you, just wanted him off the platform, just wanted an excuse. I get that discussion.
I just don't see them go. I may see that, but I don't see them going to the process of actually like entrapping him, like pretending to be an underage girl.
Not at all.
No. Even if they did, I was about to say, literally like rubbing their hands. Just don't reply to a 17. What do you think is a 17-year-old? Doesn't matter if it's actually like a 47-year-old dude who's just grudge fucking you and trying to get you in trouble.
There's a piece of that comes later that's pretty damning evidence.
You also have to keep in mind the date. So this was 2017. This was like a little before Doc became the full face of Twitch. He wasn't as big back then per se as he ended up being. Mm-hmm. I don't think they would be scheming, like this was before the bathroom incident. I don't think they'd be scheming to get Dr. Disrespect entrapped like Chris Hansen. Like he wasn't their biggest streamer at the time.
I don't believe the entrapment theory at all.
If they were the ones that entrapped him and they did it in 2017, why would they then wait 3 years to then cancel his, like terminate him as well?
None of it makes sense.
So true.
Let's move on. None of this argument makes sense. Stupid. He has since admitted it. Like we don't even need to be debating this. Like what made it happen. It's the dumbest thing. He said he did it.
Yeah. The entrapment argument is so stupid because he still did it. Like exactly. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He thought he was talking to an under.
I'm just trying to lend a little bit of rationale to the other side's discussion during that time, back when they were bringing these things
It's not even
up.
another side anymore. It's literally just they want so desperately to not admit that they were wrong about Dr. Disrespects and have them going up being like, he's a totally innocent man who's a 17-year-old who's just about to turn 18. We have all the evidence right here. I put it in my fucking Microsoft Paint. It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd.
Before all the evidence came out, it was definitely a whole-sided discussion, but now it's definitely just people who are desperate to save his career and want his content back, and that's about all there is to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's why I kind of feel bad for the fans of Dr. Disrespect, those people who are latching onto this, like, because they're clearly coming at it from they're parasocially attached to him. Yeah, I kind of feel bad.
It's not just kids. There's other streamers, too.
I haven't seen streamers do it.
That's fucking idiotic.
Yeah, that's
it is
stupid.
There's plenty of accounts on Twitter all the time right now that are debating Dr.
Are there prominent streamers?
There's a few of them, but like a big account that keeps posting all kinds of unverified Dr. Disrespect conspiracy gobbledygook is Grums, whatever that account is. I see that pop up occasionally. I see Grums constantly put like, unverified reports claim that Dr. Disrespect was hacked and not actually talking to minors.
He admitted it. It doesn't matter.
Reports.
Yeah, he literally admitted it. That's where we're getting to, isn't it?
Well, maybe someone hacked his account and posted the admittal. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the post that broke the hearts of millions across the globe. Dr. Disrespect logged on, and do one of you guys want to read the statement that he posted? Because it is just It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I cannot find it. Where's the one with the word minor in it?
Page 5.
Yeah, can I also just say, Jackson, bravo to you, or perhaps we need to check your obsessiveness here. Jackson wrote a 48-page document for today's episode.
Okay, but most of it is pictures.
What the fuck? Holy shit, Jackson. I only opened it up briefly, but I didn't know it was 48 pages.
Yeah.
Most of it is pictures, and it's combined between Dr. Disrespect and Boogie. I'm doing the legwork. We got stuff to talk about.
I can't deny.
No, that's very impressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, a lot of it is like him spamming on Twitter and admitting it. So once again, just like text wall dumping. Should I read all of this? It's kind of long.
I guess I guess I should mention, like, for people, I'll put the show, the document in the description as well, so you can check it out.
Really, just the last two paragraphs, Kaya, are the ones that matter.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people have already read most of it, so you can just focus on the big one.
The sentence that's important here, he admits in the middle of like 8 fucking paragraphs, he says, were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes.
Okay, we're done here. That's it. Goodbye.
We're done here. Case closed, Your Honor. I rest my case.
Well, hey, maybe they were friendly messages. Maybe they were like super casual. Maybe they were like just, generic messages. Do you want to continue?
That's what I saw a lot of Cope saying, like, well, what does inappropriate really mean? Maybe he told like your mama joke, and that's inappropriate for a minor.
Well, here's the thing. Here's another sentence.
Yeah.
These were casual mutual conversation that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. Again, case closed. Also, I do not understand how you can be that rich and not have the like wherewithal to hire an attorney and go, hey, should I post this? No. Like, he also, by the way, this post has an edit history. He put in the word minor, then he removed it, then he put it back. What? Why? Why would you ever do that? What would compel you? Like, were you fucking high on a drug? What mushroom did you eat?
No, it was for emphasis. Because he couldn't underline on Twitter. He wanted to make sure that people noticed.
What? Like, why do this? If you were in this position, anybody else, you would deny it, right? Right or wrong? I'm not saying that would be the right or moral thing to do, but literally just shut up. Just say, no, they're lying about me. It's that easy. They're lying.
Well, no, because they weren't lying. The only thing he could have done to save his own skin.
I know they weren't lying. That's not my point. Like, the smartest thing he could have done in that position, he could have just turned it into he said, she said.
Yeah, no, like, because the evidence is still gag ordered, apparently, because still none of the evidence has come out. So if he just never admitted to it, it would still be 50-50 on whether or not this is all real. Like, it would still be like, oh, he could be innocent. This could all just be made up. This could be like vindictive Twitch employees making up rumors.
When it was all a debate of he said, she said, there were still very many credible arguments in Doc's camp of like, oh, look at this person's history of exploiting the information for their own stuff. Yeah. Look how there's none of this, blah, blah, blah. If he just stuck with that, I think it could have just blown over.
Yeah, if he didn't say anything, like he'd be in the same spot right now as he was when that shit came out, which is no one knowing for sure.
Maybe he was worried that if he didn't do this, then they would release the chat logs to prove that they were right. Maybe.
What I'm thinking may have happened, and this is a big maybe, is he did speak to a lawyer, and they thought this was the best way to not admit everything and kind of just blow it over.
The lawyer's like, yeah, you should totally post that. The fucking lawyer was an undercover Twitch employee again.
I never said he was a good lawyer.
Who was like fucking Lionel Hutz from The Simpsons? Like, who the fuck did he hire?
I don't know, man. It's the only thing I can think of, because there's no world where posting this was a good idea unless he had to post it, you know?
It's like a Twitch employee who went through law school just to like pass the bar exam.
He goes to this lawyer who's like, listen, you can't lie. Honesty's the best policy, actually, Doc. So we're gonna need to drum something up for you here.
Hey, you know what else would be smart? You should write a book about hitting on minors and call it If I Did It. Haha. Wouldn't that be fun? Haha.
Now, would that happen though if the court had a gag order on the evidence and he wanted to prevent lying, not under oath, but another charge of fraud? Could that be a reason?
Well, he's not going to like trial or anything. Like he's not in legal trouble right now. Like there was nothing he needed to protect himself from in that way. All that was left is like his reputation.
I think so. I think my theory about this is that he just got so mentally fried because he's probably been stressing about this since it was first told to him 4 years ago, right? So it's been like building on his mind for 4 years, and he's just like, I just want to put this behind me. What do I do to put this behind me immediately? I'm just going to admit to it and try to move on, basically. Like I think that's what he's trying to do there.
His conscience finally caught up.
Yeah, like, okay, you know what? I'm going to just own up to it and apologize. Again, I get it, but also it's the dumbest thing you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing that I noticed was, so he says there were casual mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. And an honest to God defense that I saw sometimes with people going, well, inappropriate means a lot of things. He could just be referring to swearing to the minor or something like that, using curse words. Ignoring the fact that it says nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared. Like immediately after that, like clearly there's a sexual element
pictures
here
too, Jackson. They saved on bandwidth.
Oh yeah, true.
They didn't send any.
Yeah, memes, spicy memes,
naked memes. Yeah, true. It's like no, obviously contextually, it is a sexually charged conversation that was had, right?
Yeah, and he goes on. By the way, like Charlie tweeted something like, "This is literally the excuse that the pedos on To Catch a Predator use." He also says, "I never even met her." That. They also do that, like on the show. A lot of the time, Chris Hansen says, like, what was your intention here? And they always go, well, but it didn't even happen. I didn't even get to have sex with a child. Why am I being arrested right now? That seems unfair. Like, I only texted them. Hell, there wasn't even a minor. You had a decoy. Yeah, well, the crime is the intent here. It's called solicitation. It doesn't matter if there's a real child.
I was trying to teach the child that you shouldn't really be talking to strangers. So the reation I showed up is actually for their own safety.
That one is always my favorite. Mm-hmm.
It could have been a real predator that showed up.
It's like, I didn't even mean, I didn't have any intent. That's always what they say. And like the cops will always go through their trunk in the car. It's like rope, a knife, lube, duct tape. It's like, oh, what a coincidence.
I was going fishing earlier.
Yeah, I just have like a go kit with me at all times, sir. It's for hunting.
Yeah.
Very, very hysterical. I really don't know what would compel him to do this to himself.
I also noticed a lot of people saying like, well, she was probably like 17 and 3/4 or whatever. Like, otherwise it would have been a bigger deal. But I personally feel like if there were those kinds of factors, then he would have said that, or he would have said that he didn't know her age or anything like that.
Exactly.
Like the mitigating details of the story that weren't included here. So the fact that they're not included in this apology or confirmation tweet suggests to me that he knew the age and it was probably younger than 17 as well. I also believe that the messages. That's why I think that the messages probably aren't like full on.
It's a technicality, maybe also like, well, in this state it is legal, that sort of thing.
I don't know. I just don't think that they were probably illegal messages to begin with, but they showed like some level of sexual interest. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think, Charlie?
What do you mean? Obviously, whatever it was very bad, but it wasn't enough to get him in like legal trouble. It's a very hard thing to get someone for. Even some of the predators on To Catch a Predator didn't face like jail time or anything. So I think it was, whatever it is, bad, because you shouldn't be talking to a minor in any manner at all like that.
Also, I don't care if it's illegal, right?
Yeah, it's
I don't
still
give
bad.
a fuck. This is so... Libertarians in particular have been pissing me off lately because they'll make this argument that like, yeah, well, but the law does, it says I can do it. I don't care about the law. I don't give a fuck about the law one bit. Like, you shouldn't do it on a moral level.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he's a 40-year-old, I think he was like 40 at the time, 40-year-old married man with kids.
He was 35 at the time, yeah.
Okay, well, regardless, it doesn't matter if she was like 17 and 364 days. It's just it shows
but
if
she
you're
also
willing.
just wasn't. I'm so tired of people even mentioning that
I
because that
agree.
just wasn't the case. Like this is where the things get muddy because people keep saying like even if she was 17, like she wasn't. If she was, Dr. Disrespect would have mentioned it. Anyone close to him would have mentioned it, and it just hasn't been. So this is definitely not even a 17-year-old. It is still someone that is definitely under 17, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So yeah, then on June 27th, Rolling Stone published an article that, corroborated him confirming it, basically. I think they were planning on putting the article out, but then he beat them to it by admitting to it all. And so then they still had to, they released the article that was meant to be the big bombshell. And yeah, so basically they say that he sent graphic sexually charged content to the minor after learning their age. And that's where we are now. So it's confirmed basically that he had inappropriate contact with a minor. Where does he go from here? What happens now? Do you think
to prison
eventually?
He's not going to prison, unfortunately. But he's going to be coming back. I've said this a few times, and I really believe it. He'll take like a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, and then he'll come right back to streaming. He'll probably pull similar, maybe a bit smaller numbers. He'll have a huge return stream, tons of donos, tons of support. He's not going to take a huge hit. Like his audience, for some reason, is sticking with him.
Months. You're being so generous. It doesn't happen. Like the average attention span of the average non-player character is 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, no one is going to remember this. 2 months from now, if you bring up, hey, remember Dr. Disrespect? They're going to look at you like a fucking deer in the headlights. Like, huh? Who? He did what?
He's changed. It's ancient history. Yeah. But in Dr. Disrespect's case...
edit history.
In Dr. Disrespect's case, though, he's already shown that he can take long breaks. And so I think he's still going to take a couple months.
Yeah. It's like the average kid doesn't really care about this. I don't know what the fuck he streams, like Call of Duty or Fortnite or what, but they're not going to care. Just, I want to watch this on my iPad.
There's also plenty of kids out there who aren't following any of this or don't care. They'll show up one day, just see the content and go, oh, I like that, and hop on.
Yeah.
So to confirm your hypothesis, though, he ended his tweet by saying, "Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine. But I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear? Yeah, fucking right." Why did he have to end it like a fucking 80s action movie here? I mean, I get
that's
that it's
exactly what character. I said.
That's explicitly his character.
Come on. Like a cool one-liner.
Time and place, right?
Yeah,
why?
that's a big thing that's come up this whole time. Like, don't do these allegations in character. That's just not good. It's not a good choice. Treat it like an adult.
Wait, let me get my clown nose.
What he should, I actually saw this on a Reddit post. One guy was coping so hard, he's like, so I was really disturbed initially when the allegations came out, but then I realized something that no one else seems to be picking up on. Dr. Disrespect was the one messaging the minor. Guy Beam is totally innocent. They're two separate people. In character, Dr. Disrespect was messaging the minor. Guy Beam is a totally innocent family man.
But even in that, why would you follow a pedophile stream character?
Because it's just a character.
It's his character arc. It's his next, it's his next evolution, character growth. It's interesting.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
That's a thing in his favor, by the way. Like, I cannot find any photo of him outside of his character, like in his full makeup and getup. So that's lucky. If he wanted to disappear, most people don't know his real name.
Most people,
Right,
but
they're
they're
not
not
Most people do, because it's all over his game studio. It's Guy Beam.
Plus, he was a pretty prominent figure, at least in the video game industry before that. Like, he was a developer on Call of Duty, I'm pretty sure, before Dr. Disrespect.
I'm very wrong.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Also, he has a personal Twitter called Guy Beam, where he posts just regular stuff.
Is he posting vacation photos like, hey, not texting anyone, just with my fam? How's it going, boys? Slick Daddy Club, gonna be reignited soon.
He's coming back.
He broke character in the video when he admitted cheating on his wife. Okay.
Yeah. Was he in the wig and stuff? No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
He was wearing a hat.
He was just normal.
Yeah.
Yes. And he was just sobbing and stuff. He only he only receives this bad news on stream though. Like a lot of reaction clips have come out of him like looking at his phone while he was playing Elden Ring this last week and seeing like that he had just been let go from the studio he co-founded, and you can visibly see like the shock on his face and all that.
Did you watch that whole clip? Because it's a fucking cavalcade of interesting content. Did you watch that whole end of his Elden Ring stream?
I didn't watch the stream, no.
So he's playing Elden Ring. He's doing his normal thing for 3 hours. He goes for 3 straight hours, just acting normal, nothing up. Maybe I think he mentions it here and there. It doesn't matter. And then he warps to a bonfire. And while he's loading, he checks his phone. And that's the moment that news hits. And you can see his face just slowly sinks and it goes pale. And it's like that Simpsons skit where it's like, look, Lee, so you can see the exact moment that his heart breaks in half. And while that's happening in the background, Elden Ring is loaded, so you just hear this like ghostly choir going, oh, like while this is happening to his face. And then he takes his character in game and runs around in a circle for like 10 minutes. He just doesn't do anything. He stops talking entirely. He just gets on his horse, gets off his horse, gets on his horse, runs in circles, flicks the sticks. Just totally fried at that point, totally destroyed.
Yeah.
And then he cuts the game, he like stops the game, and he starts talking to the chat. And the phrase he keeps repeating over and over and over is, I'm feeling a little fatigued. I got to admit, I'm feeling a little fatigued. Just a little fatigued right now. And it's like, okay, if that's what you mean by that, sure. And he just repeats that phrase for like 15 more minutes and then ends the stream.
Why would he even stream like this? He streamed after he knew this was all going to be coming out as well. Like literally,
again, it like wasn't though. It wasn't coming out until he himself admitted to it. If he had just not said anything, it still wouldn't be out, and he would still be doing fine.
Wait, no, but because in that stream, he looks at his phone and gets news from his video game studio that they have clearly found something worthy of removing him from the company.
That wasn't like the final nail for a lot of people. They were still like, oh my god, they're siding with Twitch. They probably talked to these corrupt Twitch employees and listen to their drivel. Yeah. So like he'd still, again, if he didn't say anything, people would still not know. He would still have the exact same viewership. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, he looked at the phone and saw that, and he probably felt like something was going to happen, and that's when he went into panic mode, and that's probably why he put out that statement. Anyway. All right. Regardless, that's you guys got anything else on Dr. Disrespect, or are we done there?
No, I think we should move on to our next lolcow, Boogie.
This one's a little more close to home for you, Jackson.
Yeah, well, he's not. He hasn't done anything like Dr. Disrespect, but it's still something pretty wild. But before we do that, a quick word from the sponsors of this episode.
Hi, another ad with Kaya and ExpressVPN. Listen, you may be thinking, I have nothing to hide, I don't need a VPN, thank you. But even if you don't think you have anything to hide, you still wouldn't put all of your emails and passwords on like a billboard, right? You wouldn't be going around shaking hands with people going, hey sir, here's my email and password, have fun, go nuts. And that's what happens without a VPN. Anytime you're at an airport, a hotel, a cafe, doesn't matter where, like your friend's house, unless you're using a VPN, all of that data is basically transmitted in plain text, like any child could read it. Okay, any hacker can get it. And you don't even need hackers. Like imagine you're at the hotel or at the airport, you're logging in, you're just browsing the web. Okay, they can see all of that and they can sell it. So before you know it, all of your embarrassing chat messages between you and your girlfriend, that's gonna be blackmail data. There's actually this one story about a British teenager who was at the airport, you can look this up, and he was just messing around with his friends on Snapchat, and he made a bomb joke to his friends on Snapchat, but because he did it on the airport Wi-Fi, the airport could read it, because they literally have work filters that essentially scans all of your chat data whenever you're not careful like that and you don't have a VPN and they can read it. They scrambled fighter jets and had the kid arrested for a freaking joke in a Snapchat. Okay, so I'm gonna shill for ExpressVPN as long as I'm gonna be alive, probably, because it is super simple to set up. Download it, it's an app, you have it on your phone. That's it. It's easy to use, it's secure, okay? Even supercomputers cannot get past this sort of modern encryption used by VPNs like ExpressVPN. It works on all devices, phones, laptops, tablets, and more, so you can stay super secure on the go. And it's rated #1 by top tech reviewers like CNET and The Verge, apparently. That is also awesome. Now, you guys know why I use a VPN. Hint, hint. I've gotten in trouble before. I no longer do. And frankly, I use it because I'm somewhat of a privacy schizo, and a proud one. Because every week I get proven right. Because freaking British teenagers have half the army called on them for a joke. So, secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/official. That is expressvpn.com/official, and you can get an extra 3 months free. expressvpn.com/official. And now for Jackson to be his cute self and tell you guys about something else.
I love MeUndies. They make the most comfortable underwear known to mankind. I'm wearing them right now, in fact. I mean, I can't show you, but trust me, I am wearing them right now. I'm always wearing them, in fact. Every time you see me, just know that I'm wearing MeUndies. And that's because MeUndies are so ridiculously comfy, so unbelievably breathable, and so incredibly affordable. There's really no reason not to put them on your body. I stand by those 3 opinions so firmly. I have absolutely no problem recommending MeUndies to every single one of you out there. I firmly believe that they are some of the most comfortable underwear that you can wear. And as an Australian suffering in the heat, you want breathable underwear, and MeUndies are just the most breathable underwear that I've ever tried, really. Not only that, MeUndies come in over 100 different colors and prints, but if you're the sort of person who doesn't need to reflect their personality through their underwear choice, you've got solid colors and just normal basic prints as well, so you can wear those instead. And hey, not happy with your first order? Don't worry. MeUndies not only has your junk, but they've got your back as well. You can just send it back and they'll take care of it. So summer is coming. Be prepared with MeUndies. Get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/officialpod. That's MeUndies.com/officialpod for 20% off plus free shipping. MeUndies, comfort from the outside in. Huge thank you to MeUndies for giving me underwear to wear, comfortable underwear to wear, as well as sponsoring the show for a long time. We really do appreciate it a lot. I love MeUndies for their sponsorship support as well as their crotch comfort support. So big thank you. Back to the show. And back in.
Thank you, sponsors.
Have you guys been keeping up with what Boogie is currently doing these last few days?
Yep. That's the boy.
I have not on this one. I followed the doc, but I have not followed Boogie, so I would love, Jackson, if you recapped it and went into it.
Okay, so this all started, I want to say, about a week ago, June 26th. Boogie posted a cryptic tweet that read, "You ain't ready for this one, stay tuned." And then shortly after, he followed it up by tweeting, "We about to crush the internet." And then he tagged at pump.fun, which, I mean, do you know where this is going now, Andrew?
Perhaps I can figure some things out, but continue.
To the moon is where it's going, brother. He's taking all his audience with him.
Okay, so he's still shilling NFTs now, like shit coins.
No,
Shit coins.
Yep, shit coins. So shortly after this, people were like, "Oh no." People were immediately like, "Oh no." By the way, pump.fun leads to like a website where you trade like shit coins. Basically, it's a shit coin website. So people immediately knew where this was going. But he then released a YouTube video where he basically pretends to be like an Andrew Tate style character, joking about how awesome it is. Joking about how awesome it is to be broken fat. Yeah, you can just play it.
If you're on audio only listening, he has on aviator glasses. He is topless. He has a girl next to him giving him whiskey. He has a cigar, and he's pretending to be Andrew Tate in front of a bunch of gaming.
There's
machines.
some misinformation being spread around right now by certain influencers. But I'm here to tell you the truth and the hacks to help you break free from the matrix so you can be a brokey like me.
Aren't those his arcade machines?
Yeah.
Yes.
How is he still poor?
No, they're integral assets that he can't get rid of.
Oh, God.
They're historical monuments.
I hate that you're saying this to me because that's exactly what he would fucking say. God damn
I can't sell my arcade machines. Are you out of your mind? Do you want me to die? Is that what's going on?
How are you still poor, Boogie? Just fucking help me out here. I don't understand.
I mean, he's
doesn't he
got
make,
a
like-
house. Just sell the house. Downsize.
Downsize
Sell the
there's
house.
a
I don't
million
believe
things
the-
to do.
You want him to die on the streets, Jackson? Is that it?
No, he honestly gives a million excuses as to why he can't sell the house, because he says that if he did, he would have to move into an apartment, which it would still cost money.
No. Not an apartment where millions and
Well, he would
millions
need-
of people live every single day. Fuck me.
He says that he would need to move somewhere further away from his hospital and medical care, so that would be an issue, which I don't believe, but whatever. Yeah, let's play the end of this video. So the end of this video goes like this.
All right, this is the call to action here.
Fatty is a community for like-minded individuals that have broken free from the matrix. True happiness comes from a goldfish, from the same woman a couple of nights a month, and the occasional meme coin. Fatty for life.
Then the inspirational music and then a link to the fucking website at the end. God, I hate him.
He's
I
not
hate
very
him so
good at
much.
cackling. I need to teach him. I don't know why the girl is even there. She doesn't even look interested in the fucking video. She's just on her phone, like scrolling Twitter. I don't know what the point of that was, other
Is
than
that-
like reminding us once again, I'm a nerd and I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's his big thing.
Yeah, he
Well, if
constantly
he's
uses her
parroting
as a
Andrew
prop,
Tate
which
here,
is
wouldn't the
super
whole
weird.
point to be she's the side candy? She's the look at my hot woman I've got?
I think that's what he's going for. Yeah, but she just
Yeah.
looks disinterested. Aren't the women next to Andrew Tate meant to be like super into him and stuff? Isn't that usually what that looks like?
More or less, but with Boogie, the thing with Boogie is he uses her in everything
Yeah.
ever. So this isn't even anything new. It's not even playing the Andrew Tate character. He literally puts her in every video against her will, it seems like. And this just seems like another one of those.
Yeah, he says when people come to him with criticism of him using her as an object or whatever for the videos, a prop basically, he's like, no, she actually wants to. She loves it. She asks me to put her in these videos, and I don't know if I believe
Doesn't
that at
look
all.
like it.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know.
Wasn't he getting shit recently again? Like, didn't the whole debate bubble up again that she's too young for him?
I mean, that's always been going on. She's like 20. I think she's like 21, maybe. He's 45. You can have your opinion about that. My opinion more so is that like he's a manipulator and he's consistently proved himself to be an abusive person. Maybe not physically abusive.
That is my take too, because I see some people attack like the age angle, which is not smart because you're giving him a lot of like maneuverability.
leg room. Yeah. She's a legal
By
adult.
saying, well, we're two consenting adults, fuck off,
Yeah.
which he would be right about. You have no retort for that. The real take is that if you watch the documentary that Mike Klum made, there's like a
God,
bit
it's
in
so
it
good.
where she literally cries on the bed about her abandonment issues.
It's just difficult. I don't ever want to be alone. That's another thing. Maybe that's why I have stuffed animals. I don't ever.
And then she cries. And the thing about this one is, I'd never want to be alone again because I guess her dad died or left the family or something. So she has those issues. She clearly filled the spot of that man with another man, Boogie. Here's the thing though, the age gap difference is so big. This girl, I don't want to be too mean, but like Boogie does not have another 10 years in him. Okay? He is going to die before this girl turns 30. And I feel like it's very cruel to lead somebody with abandonment issues on like this. Like, there's literally a section in the documentary here where
He talks
you guys
about
remember-
it. He himself
Yeah,
talks
yeah,
about that.
Yeah, he
by
does.
the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he looks proud about it too. He looks like he's happy about it, like that she's crying over him. I feel like he gets some source of like fulfillment from it, some weird fulfillment that someone cares that much about him. Apparently,
Yeah, here, there's a section, so I don't need to play it, but they're sitting on their porch or their backyard, and he literally apologizes to her. He says, I'm sorry I'm so old. I'm sorry I'm so fat. I'm sorry I didn't take care of myself. And then he wakes up the next day, and the first thing he puts in his fucking
Drinks some
face
Mountain
is he
Dew.
takes off he drinks some Mountain Dew, like right after taking off his CPAP machine. Like, bro, you are going to die, and this girl is going to be wrecked. She's going to be wrecked. She's going to be like 27 by the time you kick it. Like, the compassionate thing would be to say, look, find a nice guy your age.
Yeah, he's too selfish though. He feels that he's owed it. Remember in the documentary, he talks about how he was owed those hookers. Basically, he thinks that he's owed these experiences because he's a narcissist through and through, and that's why I think he's a manipulative person, and I think he's an abusive person because all narcissists are. And so that's where the trouble with me with this girl comes in. Like, I genuinely think if he's not already abusive, there's room there for him to be abusive. And so it's like a very dangerous situation, in my opinion, because he's consistently
a girl who is very clearly, mentally somewhat not all there. She has a lot of issues, and you're going to just do this to her. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, he's the nerd who gets to brag. My favorite scene in that documentary is when he looks at one of his buddies, his gaming buddies, who all look like just fat fedora, like the meme, kinda. I don't want to be mean again, but. And he looks at one of them and says, "So, hey, Mike, you haven't brought any women around lately. What are you, like, gay? Can't you get any?" It's like, what an asshole.
Yeah. He's such a bad person. He's actually just such a bad person. I hate his fucking tweets so much, too.
Same.
I hate his tweets so much. They make me so fucking infuriated because it's so clear he doesn't even like bother doing the bare minimum of like watching the things that he's about to like attack. So he's like, Mutahar just keeps saying I need to go die. Whatever I do, Mutahar is just going to tell me to die, this and that. And then he'll lump me in there too. He's like, Charlie just wants me to fucking die. Charlie just says, die, Boogie, all the time. It's unbelievable.
I was looking at a back and forth with Jackson again. It was hilarious to me that he was like, yeah, well, a millionaire like you, Jackson, you would never understand being broke like myself. It's like, what? Do you even know who you're talking to, or like who anybody involved in this is? Like, at least listen to somebody who's talking about you before you go off.
Yeah. So yeah, shortly after that happened, he posted that video. Everyone immediately was like, "Oh my god, Boogie, you fucking idiot!" So he posted a few things here and there, basically saying like, it's a meme coin, it's a joke, it's not to be taken seriously. It's for people that think shit like this is funny and they have money to burn, in capital letters. This is a tweet directly from him. If you're rich, then just laugh and enjoy. I don't know what this angle he goes for. Like, rich people are going to be buying this coin and therefore it's okay to scam them, basically. Like, what do you mean? Why is it okay for rich people to buy your scam coin? Because it is a scam coin. Regardless, after that...
At this point, I'm almost... Sorry.
No, what were you going to say?
Well, also, I mean, kind of, you deserve it. If you get scammed by Boogie, like Boogie outsmarted you,
God,
if you fall for a shit coin, I mean, you kind of deserve to be broke at that point.
I get that angle, and I agree with that angle also, but also, like, he's scamming his audience as well, like people that still believe that Boogie is a good guy. Yes, like, you should.
Not according to him, Jackson. There's no recorded evidence of him scamming any of his audience members, actually. In fact, the only recorded evidence is that some people made money off of his coin, so it's actually super fascinating that you would lie about that.
Yeah. All right, so then CoffeeZilla had an interview with him, basically, and I just want to play a few clips from the CoffeeZilla interview because it gives a good insight into how Boogie kind of, like, rationalizes this to other people. Like, straight up, he knows it's a scam. Fatty coin, he knows it's a scam, but he still talks to CoffeeZilla, and the stuff that he says during it are just the most eye-rolling stuff. I assume you've seen it, Charlie, as well.
Yeah, I watched everything Boogie related. He's somehow even more insufferable now than he was back when the documentary dropped. I don't know how he found a way to be even more of an unlikable asshole, but he did.
My theory is that he's leaning into it now because it's the only attention that he gets.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah,
I don't even know if it's leaning into it so much as it's just who he is.
Oh, it's absolutely who he is.
It is clearly it's who it is. But didn't he say in the documentary, yeah, I'm just going to be a bad boy now? That's going to be my image.
Yeah, he's such a bad boy, constantly flip-flopping his position on excuses for the shitcoin. Instead of just openly admitting, like, yeah, I needed money, so I scammed my fans. Instead, he goes through, like, well, actually, no, I just did this to make a community. Well, actually, it has real value. Actually, it was only targeted at the crypto bro millionaires we all hate. Well, actually, no, this coin isn't a shitcoin. It's a meme coin. It's actually totally justifiable. What a bad boy. He can't just own up to it.
He's so cool.
Yeah. All right, let me play clip 1.
Boogie, it looks like you launched a crypto token that is a scam, a pump and dump. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I don't think it's a pump and dump. It is a meme coin.
It's literally from a thing called Pump.Fun. What are you talking about?
I never knew who Pump.Fun was until today.
He tweeted it immediately before the thing went live, by the way. Like, so he clearly knew that it was a pump. Like, what do you mean you didn't know that it was a pump and dump? It's in the name.
Could have meant anything.
Could have meant anything, yeah. All right, so CoffeeZilla continues on.
You said before you posted the pump and dump, you said we're going to crush the internet, Pump.Fun. You didn't realize at that point you're doing a pump and dump, that you're getting paid by insiders to do this?
Well, not really, because again, if you watch the video that I launched this with, the entire video, the entire bit, the entire joke is I lost all of my money in crypto. Here's my shitcoin. If you want to be broke too, buy my shitcoin. That's what I say in my tweets.
What's the joke about you getting paid to do this, though, and asking people to invest in this coin? I mean, what's the joke exactly? You know people are going to invest. That's why you're getting paid. You know that.
So, yeah.
I like that. It almost also reeks of the To Catch a Predator excuse. Like, haha, I was just kidding when I was messaging that girl. Yeah, what was the joke? I was joking. But what's the punchline?
I don't get his idea here that this was a joke and a bit. Like, you could do the joke of, like, you pretending to shill a shitcoin or whatever as a man who previously lost all of his life savings in crypto, which is what happened with Boogie. Like, sure, you can do that without the aspect of actually selling the shitcoin, right? At that point, it's not a joke. Like, what do you mean?
Here's how I would make the joke. Do all this, then put the URL on screen, and if you click it, it's like Goatsy. Or just Rick Astley. That's a joke. Not actually, hey, here's a credit card form.
Yeah, to actually buy the thing that I'm talking about in the video. Like, clearly it's a promotion for the thing that you're trying to sell. You want people to buy it, clearly. It's not a joke.
But it wasn't meant for his audience, Jackson. It was meant for the silly crypto bro millionaires.
Well, then why was it advertised to his channel? Why did he post a video on his channel?
Because
to his
every
audience?
crypto bro millionaire watches him. The audience knew just to laugh at it. It was the crypto bro millionaires that didn't know.
He is such a disingenuous person. It's so infuriating. Just say it with your whole chest. Just say you wanted to scam your fucking audience. What little remains of it.
In the tweets and in the videos, I said, don't buy this coin. You'll go broke. If you want to be broke like me, buy this coin.
There's literally no way you believe you're going to get paid $10,000 for something, and those people aren't expecting a greater return on their investment. This is how meme coins work.
Their money back, but I mean, there are plenty of companies that I've worked with that are just there to get their name out, and they're glad to make their money back or even spend the money to get name recognition. I can name a dozen.
These people are spending money to get Pump.Fun meme coin name recognition?
I presume.
Oh my God, Boogie. Come on. How does he say these words and still, like, with a straight face? Like, he thinks that they're advertising $10,000 to advertise Pump.Fun, the name itself. Like, no, you knew that it was a scam. It's so silly.
It'd be so much better if he just admitted it. It would be so much fucking better if he would just admit it. But he can't. He just can't. He has this inability to just say his real feelings. So instead he just keeps flip-flopping on excuses to try and look like he's not evil.
It is a fucking
He's
worm.
just known
He's
as the
just
flip-flopper.
wriggling nonstop. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's just infuriating listening to him just say anything.
If you're gonna be a bad boy, just be a bad boy. Like, say, yeah, fuck you. Buy my shit,
Yeah, you can't be the
bitch.
bad boy and then be pathetic and be like whining to CoffeeZilla about how it's actually a joke. It's actually a joke. They were sending me money to advertise the name of the website, actually. Pump.Fun. Yeah, so I don't think I mentioned this, but he got paid 10 grand. He got paid 10 grand to do this,
What the
basically.
fuck?
And 2.5% of the coin value itself, which he tries to wriggle around again. He says like, oh, well, actually, I have no way of accepting that 2.5% of the coin's value, so it actually can't be used against me because I have no way to accept it. It's so stupid.
Why would anyone give Boogie money ever?
Why would anyone still support Boogie ever? They're blinded. They're literally blinded and still trust this guy. So that's why.
Jesus.
Understand what my life is like right now, but I have so much free time that I spend a lot of it on my Discord now because I'm just bored out of my mind. I don't have places to go. I don't have
How about
money
you get a fucking job then? Yes.
I'm literally
Like,
just
what the
fighting
fuck?
for my life over here, and a lot of that involves staying home, spending my money where it needs to be spent, and trying to just not stress myself out to make my polycythemia vera any worse.
How much did
Immediately
you
goes
get
into the
paid for
victim
this
route.
total?
I was given $5,000 up front with a promise of $5,000 on the back end after a week of coming on the Telegram, doing some live streams, doing some tweets about it, and all along the ways talking about how it's a shit coin that'll make you go broke.
You know why they tell you to do it for a week, right? That's how much time they need to get out of the coin. They're going to slowly drain the coin as people buy in. They're going to use whatever's worth of your name to dump on your fans. You know that.
Well, if you're telling me that, I believe you.
What else would it be?
This Boogie speaking makes me prone to violence. I'm not a very violent person. I'm really not. But I feel this caveman primal urge to just start punching. To just start hitting somebody.
Now you know how I feel.
I can't listen
now
to
you
this
know how
man
the
talk
last
anymore.
7 years has
Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck.
He immediately goes into the like excuses and victimhood about like, well, I'm just bored at home. I got nothing to do. Like, what is this? What is that?
So I gotta
excuse?
scam my audience.
Oh my god.
And
I like how
again-
I like how out of touch he is, where he thinks that's a good excuse. Like, well, hey, I'm bored. Like, come on, guys, I'm bored. Like, what do you
I'm on my
want me to
Discord a
do?
lot.
Dr. Disrespect should have pulled a page from that book. Oh, I messaged them because I was bored.
I had nothing else to do.
It's okay, guys. I was
What do you
bored.
expect
It's
me to
fine.
do?
Idle hands are the devil's plaything, as they say.
How entitled and narcissistic does a man have to be to scam his audience because he's broke after he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on hookers, all of his life income on hookers and crypto bets gone wrong? How narcissistic does that man have to be to then scam his audience and then say, hey, I had to do it because I've got nothing else to do at home while I sit around playing my fucking arcade machine games and stuff like that, hanging out with my girlfriend in my house that I own, by the way. Oh, he's got a mortgage. company,
Remember
owns it.
not to keep bringing up the documentary so
job.
much, but remember they tried. They tried to give him a job. Remember, they had him in some sort of like an employment office, and he looked at the lady and he went, "Yeah, I'm a fat felon and I like porn." Like, okay, don't say that during an interview. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, he
Are
came
you
out.
stupid?
He came out and said that
He
was a bit.
needs-
By the way, he said that was a bit. That he didn't take it seriously or whatever.
He needs therapy, like actual good constructive therapy, not whatever la-di-da
fucking
fucking
slap.
psychotropic mushrooms in the jungle bullshit he comes up with. He needs
I forgot about that.
he needs well
forgot
and
about that.
true medical directed therapy, because otherwise he's just gonna keep doing this fucking shit. It's
Well, I don't
just
think-
so frustrating.
Well, that's what Twitter's for, Andrew. What do you think he's doing?
Fair. No, fair. Self-medicating with Twitter is the best thing you could do for your mental health. It's very true.
I don't think he's fixable. I think like a narcissist like Boogie is just not fixable. No, he says that he's been in therapy for the last like
I don't believe it.
20 years or whatever.
0%.
I don't believe it either.
0% believe that. He is probably speaking to, if he is speaking to any form of a therapist, it's an enabler. It's someone who's on his side or is super gentle, someone who he is not qualified, no credentials. There's some wiggle room. There's some way he's weaseling out of true, actual self-analytical therapy.
Do you remember when back in like 2019, I want to say, where he lied about getting swatted a bunch online and lied about being hacked, and then he came out and said that a friend in PR, like an expert in PR, recommended that he lied about it so that people would then dox themselves or something, like incriminate themselves, proving him to be a liar. It was like a whole fucking mastermind game by Boogie, which basically my point is like he always lies about experts telling him to do these certain things to like push off the blame from him to these experts that he talks to, when in reality it's just him being a stupid fucking idiot narcissist all the time. It lays at his feet. So I don't believe
not even good at it.
I don't believe a single word out of Boogie's mouth ever about anything.
Yeah.
About anything. And that's his fault, by the way, not my fault. I'm not the bad guy for not believing him. He's literally the reincarnation of the boy who, whatever it's called, boy who cried wolf. Yeah, he's literally that.
It's also, like, to me, what is offensive is that he is so clumsy at it too. Like, you want to be Andrew Tate? Andrew Tate, what for everything else you can say about him, he actually does it though. Like, he got rich selling stupid fucking pickup artist lessons, right? And I don't know, very stupid. Do you want me to continue playing these?
Boogie has like negative charisma.
Or if you want to make it a parody, make it funny. Like, make it actually a funny, entertaining parody of Andrew Tate, not a sad tribute.
And don't actually launch the coin for people to lose money on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
No, there's
You
more.
didn't have
God
to
damn it.
tweet that tweet. You didn't
There's
have
one
to
more.
tweet it out. You said you like did the like pre-announcement hype thing, and then you sent me a message asking me, "Oh, I've got some questions." I immediately tell you don't do it. Then you don't listen to me. You say it's too late. I cast the check. Need it for medical bills. Isn't it just a shitcoin, a meme? No one's actually going to buy the thing. And then $3 million worth of trading volume happened.
Yeah, I was not expecting that, obviously.
You know who was expecting that? The people who paid you.
Like, no shit. Oh my god. It's so...
Hold on. So you said he was promised 2% of the thing.
So he knew that he was getting
3 million,
2%.
2%.
Well, no. Okay, so he said to CoffeeZilla first 2%, but then the developers came out in like their public Telegram channel that they've got for all the fatty coin buyers or whatever. Pictures have leaked from there, obviously. Where the developers are like, well, no, actually, it's 2.5%. That was the agreement. So he even lied about that for some fucking reason. He said 2% to CoffeeZilla, but it's more like 2.5%. And so this next clip is about the two the next clip is about something else. Don't worry.
I mean, I'm steadfast in this. Yes, I believe that if I got paid to tell you don't buy something, I'll gladly take that money. If I get paid to tell you this might be dangerous for you, invest smartly. Yes, I think I would love to get paid. I'd love to be paid
to tell
be an
people not to do
example
this.
of somebody who lost their ass in crypto.
That's
teach
his
people that very important lesson. I think that's a very good lesson to learn.
You think making people lose money, that's a good lesson?
No, I wanted to keep them from doing that. I wanted to get the message out to make sure they didn't. That's the point. I thought it would go
What a
viral
hero.
as a meme coin, as a joke, as a comedy bit.
You know what
I
this
thought
is?
that it would make people laugh. I mean,
This is
What?
This is the cuties defense. Yeah, I filmed
Cuties?
girls gyrating and zoomed in on their camel toe to tell you that it's a bad thing to do. What? There's literally that excuse. I'm telling you not to buy this. It's to teach you a lesson. Also buy it.
Well, it's because Boogie has like a desperate need to be the hero in every situation as well. You guys notice that? Like he always has to come out of it as the good guy. He's desperate to cling on to that. So even when he literally scams his audience. He's like, well, actually, it was a moral lesson. Like, no, it wasn't. You just wanted money.
Well, the good news is when that didn't work, he had another good backup, which is, well, I actually just gave them a cheap way to buy into our Discord.
yeah. That was another argument. Like, it's actually just like YouTube membership when you think about it. It's like,
Okay,
or a
then just have a
Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah, just have a
I mean, that's
Patreon then, or a
fine,
YouTube
but-
membership. He does have a Patreon. Just do that. But, like when it's tied to like a what do you call it? Like a financial product, which these crypto coins or shit coins are. When it's tied with that, there's like the implicit idea that this thing will make that person money, right? It's an investment. So when you tie it to that, and then it's a pump and dump basically, then you are genuinely just a scammer. No matter how you frame it, no matter how you try to reframe it or recontextualize it, you're selling a financial product that's meant to go up and instead it goes down, and you've robbed people. That's all you've done.
Multi-level marketing. Yeah. All right, let's see.
Well, they can just sell it for you. They can just make money.
this is
for
about the
you. You
2%.
gonna take it?
if I'm being genuine with you, and I do want to be genuine with you and the rest of the internet, I'm in pretty dire need of money. I have a lot of medical bills, and I'm fighting cancer, and I very much like not to fuck around with my healthcare too much, but that's something I would genuinely have to consider. And I know that from watching your videos in the past, if I say maybe here, a lot of people are going to take that as a no, and it might end up being a no. So I may as well give you a hard no here, because I very, very much need the money. I'm on $1,800 for the medications right now. I need the money to pay for that. I have a $2,000 a month mortgage. I
have $70 video games I must purchase.
Yeah.
I have a house full of
an
arcade
expense.
machines.
Yeah.
These arcade machines aren't going to buy themselves coffee.
Those arcade machines take a lot of electricity. You wouldn't believe it.
Why wouldn't you sell all the shit and downsize?
To keep my home, I'd very much like, but I don't want to do it at the price of ripping anybody off. And
that is kind of what's happened here a little bit, though. You know that.
Yeah, I mean, you've informed me of that, and I'm very sorry for that. I hope people listened. I hope people heard what I had to say. I hope people remembered, like,
why won't they stop buying the coin? I thought they listened to me.
Make fun of me for losing my ass. That's the entire point of the community. You're supposed to, as a crypto bro, come in and maybe you throw me a bone because you know I have medical bills and shit to pay. But that's for millionaires.
But don't buy it. Don't buy it.
He's jumping from excuse to excuse. What do you mean throw you a bone? Okay, so you do want them to pay you.
Exactly. Yeah, you want them to buy it, but he's saying, "Oh, I only want the millionaires to buy it. Actually, not my community that I directly advertise the product to." Like, what do you mean? What do you mean, man?
Yeah, just make a GoFundMe then.
He's just legitimately
like,
the worst at excuses. It's unbelievable. Like, no one comes up with worse excuses than Boogie. He's almost to EDP's level with like delusional excuses. Like, oh, it's all just acting. It was actually like super like method acting. Like, he is almost to that level of being that shit with excuses.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't think we need to play any more clips from that guy. Basically, the entire premise is like Coffee kind of gave him the option, or you know, he gave him a bridge. Basically, he's like, okay, so you've got this 2%, this 2.5%, and $5,000 on the back end apparently still coming in. Will you confirm to me right now that you're going to set that aside and give it back to the people that, you know, are scammed from this? And he's like, yeah, good one. Yeah, no. He literally just says no. Like, I'm going to use it to pay my bills, man. Like, so you know you're scamming them now, and you're still taking the money. So you are a scammer. Like, if you give him the benefit of the doubt, give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Let's say that he didn't know it was a scam. Now he's aware of that it's a scam, and he's still saying, "Well, I'm going to take the money." Like, come on.
I also one thing that I also find so fascinating about Boogie is he lies about everything, but then when he has an opportunity to tell a lie to make himself look good, he doesn't do it.
He does the opposite of whatever benefits him.
It's like the doctor disrespecting it, basically.
He's so stupid. Can you play? Oh, wait, in that folder, can you play the second last clip, because that one's pretty funny.
Second last 11.
I hope they're not getting rich, because I sure as shit ain't from it. I hope nobody's losing money, and I hope they're not taking it. I hope nobody's taking money from this. I hope nobody loses money.
Well, that's impossible when you have $3 million in trading volume. It's just impossible that no one's lost money here.
As I told you, my friend, I did not expect anything like that. I certainly didn't.
Okay,
I tried to tell you before you made that post announcing the actual coin.
I mean, you told me 5 minutes before I made it. Yeah, but I appreciate that. Thank you. You tried, and I appreciate it.
That's 5 whole minutes. That's 5 minutes. You could have just not made the post. It's a fucking tweet. It's not like you set it up for days.
What do you mean, Andrew? He already typed it, and he was bored. What?
You have to hit enter by that point. If he's suffering from extreme boredom surrounded by arcade machines, you have to hit enter. Fuck.
Do you guys not like see what he says there? You tried, and I appreciate it. Like, even though Coffeezilla tried, there was just no stopping this train. Like, Boogie couldn't be held back from doing it.
It was inevitable. You did all you could, Coffee. It was admirable.
Everything's so dramatic.
Well, plus, like 5 minutes isn't long enough time. He already cashed the check, as he says, so he would have owed somebody $5,000. Which is not something that Boogie will do or cough
up. So 5 days before the scam went live, he cashed the check, he made that $5,000, he paid off his bills, and then for some reason, like an hour before the scam went live, he reached out to Coffeezilla. He's like, "Hey, can you check this out? Is this all legit? Like, is this right?" He did it an hour before. So this thing that he knew was a scam, he sent it to Coffeezilla after he'd already cashed the check and like made the money. Why? Why would he do that? Charlie, why? Charlie, I want your lunatic.
He's unhinged. Like, here's another thing. If he really just wanted to take that money for the quick payday, I feel like he could have just taken that $5,000 and not done the scam, right? Like, what are they going to do? Come after him legally? They're promoting a scam. It's a shitcoin. Pump.fun. I highly doubt there's going to be ramifications for not following through on the contract. Like, if he wants to be the bad boy, you can just take the $5,000 and then not promote the scam, I feel like.
Well, I mean, they maybe made him sign a contract.
Yeah, with a fucking scam. Like that's a moot contract. Who's going to enforce that in the law enforcement?
I love how during the CoffeeZilla interview, Coffee really doesn't take shit from him, which is great because I think most people are now at the stage where no one's just taking Boogie at his word, which is good. The training wheels have kind of come off, and he's just throughout the video he's rolling his eyes, face palming constantly. You know, he's not throwing soft questions at Boogie either. No, and he's not taking
Coffee never has though. He's always been like a no-nonsense kind of guy, which is why I think he's so highly respected. He doesn't let people like slip away easily.
Yeah, so we're not going to play the clip, but basically there's like a section where Boogie goes into like how this is all like he did it to teach people not to invest in crypto because then you would become like him, you'd lose all your money in crypto, blah blah blah. And then CoffeeZilla basically just says this isn't some grand point, you're just making $10,000. That's all you've done. This is just you making $10,000. And then Boogie says, I think you can do both. Like what? Oh man, it's so funny. So then yeah, after that, there was this whole Telegram set up, like we said, where like you bought the Fatty coin and then you were invited to the Telegram, or you were able to enter the Telegram. Actually, I think anyone could enter the Telegram, so people could see the entire conversation. And Kaya, would you like to play the next like video clip?
Telegram video 1.
Here's the thing about this coin. I thought it was starting off as just a silly little goofy meme coin that probably wouldn't get a lot of attention. Well, news alert. Penguin Zero, CoffeeZilla, Medicare, Mudahar. Half of YouTube has talked about this coin. And when it shows up on a chart again, and the way you guys are buying and selling it right now, it will. People are going to hear it. People are going to recognize it. They are going to know that's the coin everyone was talking about. And they're going to fucking buy it. So whether these guys realize it or not, just like many times when CoffeeZilla exposed a coin, people bought that coin for the jokes, for the memes. And in this case, you guys are buying it because you believe in it. I think that's fucking cool.
What the fuck are you talking about?
So is it an investment coin or not, Boogie? Is it a meme or not? Like it sounds like you're talking about it as an investment.
It's a lesson, okay. Jackson. It's a profound lesson from the wisdom of Boogie.
He dropped the entire act. This isn't you aren't even pretending to be Andrew Tate anymore. This is just an earnest endorsement.
Exactly. So it is a scam coin, and now you're actually endorsing it and saying, "Hey, it's fucking awesome that you guys are buying it, and it's obviously going to go up because everyone's buying it. So you should buy more right now." That's the implication of what he's saying. And so video 2 goes more into that kind of aspect.
I'm just going to be brutally honest with you guys in a way that I can't be publicly. I can trust you guys with this. But the reality of it is, I'm fat and weird and autistic, and I used to be one of the top YouTubers, right? And these people fucking hate that a fat guy is successful. These people fucking hate that a fucking weird, autistic guy was ever successful. As successful
it is fat phobia.
Right? And I made a few mistakes along the way, and they capitalized on it. And when a situation like this comes up, where it's Boogie2988, the guy they've all been bullying for the last 6 fucking years, and crypto, which is not understood by the normies. Hell, I barely understand it. I'm getting an education as we go. You combine those two things together, and they have a rock solid platform to shit all over me and shit all over this community. And I think it's fascinating that some of you guys are fighting back. And I genuinely am surprised that the rest of the crypto community isn't joining you and fighting back by buying this coin and getting on social media and getting in the comment section of these videos and setting these motherfuckers straight, because someone fucking needs to.
That's right.
And I hope this coin's success proves them fucking wrong right to their goddamn faces. Not just about crypto, not just about this coin, but hopefully about me.
Why is he setting this up like we need to get in the war room?
The internet needs to band together. It'll never happen, but the higher ups at Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere needs to band together and just kick Boogie off of it and never let him back on every website imaginable. Everything he says is infuriating and stupid. It's incredible.
Andrew, what is his point there, though? Like,
I don't even know. Crypto? I just listen to him and I get madder and madder.
Is it the crypto, like, he wants them to all come together to wage war against Charlie, Mutahar, and everyone else
I
making
think
videos
he's
about him.
trying to say that look at the price of my coin, that determines my worth as a person. And since the coin could have value,
This is how we fight
it
back.
means everyone else who's talking shit about me is wrong. I think that's all he's trying to say, which basically just means, look, a thing I'm making might make money, therefore I'm a good and valuable person, which is the most pathetic fucking viewpoint you can have on anything.
That's not even the extent of his viewpoint either, by the way. It's so much deeper than that, because then he's immediately like victimizing himself as he does in classic Boogie fashion. It's like, they hate me because I'm fat. Like, that's the thing. They've hated me for 6 years because I'm fat.
Yeah, that's why, like, I've never commented on his weight, and I don't think Charlie has either. I doubt, like, Mutahar and other people have. Like, the weight thing is, like, the least interesting. I've always said that. The weight is the least interesting aspect of Boogie, and it's not something that, like, to focus on.
It's not about the weight, it's the attitude about the weight. If Boogie was just fat and just did everything and didn't even talk about it, no one would care. But it's the fact that his weight comes into it and he goes, by the way, I'm also fat and people make fun of me for that and I have all these problems and I can't lose weight. And it's just all these arcade machines keep me so comfortable with all this fat. It's like he brings it in when it's either not relevant or uses it as a crutch. And that's why people talk about it.
His weight also has
nothing to do with this.
It has nothing to do with anything. Like, if he was the skinny, if he was jacked, if he was like super fucking ripped and still did all of the shit he did over the last like 6 or so years, he would still be endlessly clowned on by everybody. Absolutely everybody.
If he was like super jacked, I might be a little bit more scared of weighing in on this personally. I mean, I feel like maybe most
he might
people
beat you up.
Yeah. But like the
Well,
the
Jackson,
morals of
no,
the
you
issue
have to fight
change.
him. Fight fire with fire, Jackson. You have to get super fat. And then there will be no excuse.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, take one for the team, Jackson. You get to his weight, and then you can have a valuable opinion in his eyes.
And what's he going to say? Oh, they're fat phobic? And then, Jackson, you can just counter, just immediately show him the weight. Be like, oh, yeah, what do you think? I'm the same thing, man. I meant you at your level.
Your big fat gut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll start eating now, I guess. I'll catch up in a few decades.
Do it. If you don't do it, we're kicking you off the show. Continue.
Oh, yeah. So while he was in the Telegram, basically advertising the coin to the people that had already bought the coin and chatting around with them, he was also talking to CoffeeZilla at the same time in another interview. And CoffeeZilla basically convinced him to delete everything about the coin. And so he did. And then he made an apology on Twitter and stuff. Not going to go into it, though.
Apology is such a generous term for that.
Fuck, I'm trying to find it. Where's the apology? It started off in such a fucking
video 3
funny way. Yeah. Go Telegram video 3.
Yeah,
this is him talking about the
situation.
situation.
With CoffeeZilla tonight, and somebody asked me what CoffeeZilla's problem is with the millionth shitcoin that was minted today, and I don't know. The closest answer I have to give you is the one that I've been given. That they very much do not want me in this space. They very much do not want to see this coin succeed. And I guess they are saying it's because I'm victimizing people, or you guys are being victimized by me and they need to protect you guys from me or other people from me or from crypto itself or developers. I don't know. This was supposed to just be a goofy, shitty meme coin that a handful of crypto bros traded each other and had fun doing it, and the internet pointed and laughed at because it was funny. It was supposed to just be funny. And crypto bros were supposed to have fun doing it. And we were going to build a fun community here where we just fuck
fun
around
buying coins expecting to lose money?
One.
That's not an activity.
That's what I wanted. That's what I still want.
The crypto bro activity is they expect to make money off of it. That's the entire reason it's
that's
fun.
what's fun about it.
Fucking life. And you know me, I've had some bad ones.
Aww.
For sure. And I don't know why the internet is so hell-bent against this particular coin or me or you guys, or I don't know. I guess to protect everyone from everything, I guess. I don't know.
What?
Oh my god, dude. Boogie lives in a fantasy world. Boogie is the type of child, late night in his bed, take a little flashlight, read his little books, just go into his own little invented headspace, and then he projects that into real life because more than half of what he says is just not real. It's just made up. It's entirely fictional. Reasons that don't exist. Motivations that aren't there. Actual moments in time just fabricated from reality.
Out of
It's
thin air.
absurd that you can talk like this in earnest and really believe any of this.
That's why it's so difficult to
Well, he doesn't believe
actually
any of it.
argue with him. That's why it's so difficult to argue with him as well, because he will literally just ramble on endlessly about made up things, just inundate you with just so many different stories of victimhood and different made up reasons as to why you should feel sorry for him or whatever. It's just impossible. It's impossible to cut through the noise with him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last one. So this is a call. This just came out like today or yesterday, I think. Basically, CoffeeZilla had another call with Boogie. I don't think this video is released, but basically CoffeeZilla posted this directly in the Telegram group, because what Boogie was doing is he was like, while he was talking to CoffeeZilla saying like, yeah, I'm gonna stop it and all that, he was in the fucking he was in the Telegram basically like insulting CoffeeZilla and saying like they all just want the coin to go down, but we got to pump it higher and shit like that basically. So then basically CoffeeZilla got sick and tired of that and posted this video in the Telegram. Boogie's second call with CoffeeZilla, by the way, Kaya, if you want to play that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if I want to say this in the most manipulative way I can, but I can't help it because it's also true. I was hoping you can help me fucking find a way out of this somehow. I thought if you fucking expose them, then maybe, I don't know. Obviously it would take some of the heat off of me. Obviously, but I was thinking, like, fuck, they'll leave me alone. Like, maybe they'll leave me alone moving forward. Maybe I don't have to worry about this anymore. Like, maybe I can just fucking move on instead of having to worry about the last of this fucking money.
Move on from what? Hasn't this been just like 2 days or something? Like, oh,
Yeah,
let me move on. It's been so
been like
long.
5
What are you
days.
talking about?
Hang on. So now, according to Boogie, his ultimate secret backdoor plan was, well, I only went through with all of this to pull a double Uno reverse card and have you find a way out of it and absolve me and fix everything.
He's like the inside man now. He's like the trader.
Are
He's
you
like,
fucking
well,
kidding?
investigate the coin developers for me. I'll give you all the information. Just like find me a way out of it, though. Basically, just like absolve me through the
I
process.
tried to scam my
What a
fans and make a
weasel.
chunk of cash, and I
Yeah,
did
what
it
a
all so that
weasel.
you could be the hero, CoffeeZilla. You should be thanking me. I'll give you an arcade machine for it. Well, I would never do that, but, you know, we'll talk about it.
See, this is actually like the most unlikable thing that came out of this is him being a snitch, basically being like a little weasel that got the 10K and then he's like, oh, Coffee, I'll help you out. I'll give you information on the developers. While he's in the fucking Telegram talking to the developers and like being like, oh yeah, I love this coin so much.
He's
And
like that
meanwhile, he's talking to
children's
Coffee.
cartoon character, that like Weasley thief, where as the story goes on, he just sides with whoever's winning. Whoever's getting ahead more, he's that character where it's always like the heroes show up and he sells them out to the bad guys. And then when the heroes come back and return triumphant, he's like, oh, I was always on your side. I never would join the Evil Legion. No, not in a million years. I was always rooting for you. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like if those soldiers came back, then he stabs the Lord in the back, basically, at the time. He's like, look, I did you a favor. I killed him for you.
He's the guy, he sides with the evil king, and then as soon as he's defeated, he runs up and kicks the king's crown off his corpse and goes, look, I helped. There.
Yeah.
I was here the whole time. Ugh.
Oh, so pathetic. There was way more to go
Fuck.
into, but this episode would take forever. Basically, Boogie Bad Man. If we want to boil it down.
Boogie
to
Bad
its bare
Man, that's the
essentials.
name of the title. That's the title right there.
He's just misunderstood. You guys aren't really seeing him for the hero that he is. It's actually kind of sad.
How did you feel, Charlie, about what happened with you? Because I know you put out a video and then he immediately started like saying that you wanted him dead, basically.
Yeah, it's classic Boogie fashion. It's nothing I didn't expect. Boogie doesn't even bother to engage in the things that make him mad anymore. He just fights an invisible enemy in his own fucking head.
Yep.
So it's not surprising. I was extremely point blank this time around about how, no, Boogie, I don't want you dead. I want you to stop being a manipulative liar and actually like make this right. Refund the people that lost money. If they reach out to you, do something and stop doing this shit going forward. But he didn't watch it, so he just took it as Charlie wants me dead, because that's what he thinks about everyone who disagrees with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I just want him off the internet. Like, legitimately just off the internet. You scam. How sad do you have to be to scam your last remaining fans? Like the people that stuck by you through thick and thin, basically through the countless 7 years of you, blowing up on the internet in these negative ways. How do you then scam the last few remaining poor people that still stuck by you?
Brother, read the telegram. They don't care.
Let's also look into a window into the soul of a normal human being. I could understand. In a very specific hypothetical, could understand if you're a fallen off YouTuber, you're actually fighting cancer and have medical stuff, and things are super desperate. You turn to a crypto scam. Fine. But Boogie, I'm going to tell you something straight, brother. You can't do that while sitting in a room of 12 arcade machines. It doesn't work. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work.
It also doesn't work when he put himself in that position. He was making bank and then he fucking blew it all on hookers and shit. Like, it's all him. It's his responsibility to get himself out of this hole now. And he's talking about being at home all the time, bored. Get a fucking job. There are jobs that you could do.
He refuses to get a job. He's above that.
He cannot let go of being a big shot on YouTube. He still clings to it. He can't admit that it's over. He can't admit that he needs to just do something else. That's why all this shit keeps coming to fruition. He's trying so desperately to maintain an online presence and career. That's it.
But he also doesn't care. Like, I sit on my hands all day. Okay, well, make a video.
Yeah.
Like, he used to talk about how hard he works and
this is what we talked about during the documentary. If he just set up a Patreon or something similar and actually worked... He does have one. But no, worked on one that he worked on, one that he contributed good stuff to, tried, really put an effort. He could probably still salvage. I mean, what's he still at 4 million, give or take, right, on YouTube? Something.
Yeah. But no one's watching.
I'm looking at his channel
like
right
20K,
now.
20K video basically.
But that's still not nothing. That is still plenty of people where if he made something of merit, he could get an audience. Easily.
He doesn't have merit. He can't. He doesn't have merit. Exactly. His entire shtick was the Francis character, and now that that's gone, he's got nothing.
Right. He's squandering opportunity. There are other people I talk to, other creators, other creatives, who would kill for 20,000 views a video. They would love that consistency. Absolutely would love it, because to them, hardworking, regular content people, that's livable. That's the start of a career. That's an open door to, hey, look at my big project, look at my pilot, look at my passion art, anything. But to him, it's just money to squeeze. It's one last drop of $1. It's a small holdout of people he can just exploit. That's all it means to him. And it's just vile and disgusting.
He also blames the algorithm. He's one of those guys that, like, well, the algorithm changed. And poor little me. I try so hard on YouTube's, but it's the algorithm. Well, you just admitted you just sit on your hands all day.
The algorithm actually works very well for when people have good ideas and good quality content. The problem is you're just not good at making things.
He doesn't even need to be good at making things. He could easily make 10 grand a month off of his views. If he gets 20K views of video, if he just put out more videos, he would make that every month. Like, that's all he needs to do. And he fucking refuses to. Like, he just refuses to.
Do a video diary a day, talk about the newest game coming out, a movie trailer, anything you find interesting. If you have 20K people and you make an hour-long video every day, which is very simple with that kind of content, that is absolutely livable. Absolutely full-time money.
Oh, it's beyond livable. That's super beyond livable. Absolutely. But he doesn't do it. He refuses to do it.
Same as live streaming. Like, Wings of Redemption makes enough money to survive just on live streaming, and he's not super popular.
What happened to Lolcal Live? Doesn't he make money from that too?
Yeah, he makes a few grand from that, apparently.
Yeah, he gets paid from Lolcal Live, too. Like, he has other income streams. And he has the Patreon, right?
Yeah.
He still has a Patreon, doesn't he?
He makes like $60 from that, though, last I checked.
He has to buy video games.
Those arcade cabinets consume a lot of electricity, guys. It's true.
You'll be pleased to know he's currently on vacation though. He's traveled up to New York City at the moment. He's up there right now. So
Good.
this whole scam thing happened. He got paid $5,000 and he was like, "Oh, I've spent all that money. It's already been spent on like hospital bills and medication stuff," which sure it might have, but he's also on vacation now. He's like, I'm driving to New York City at the moment to go on vacation. Me and my girl are going to go up to Niagara Falls.
What's really funny, Jackson, is I'll bet you he leaves every single one of those arcade machines on while he's gone because it looks cool.
Oh, yeah, draining
and it's just draining hundreds of dollars of electricity every single day. I bet you.
Sell the arcade machines.
Don't you dare turn these arcade machines off.
Don't you dare.
You dare turn them off.
Don't you sell them. Don't you turn them off. You know what? Don't even play them. They're artifacts. They're collector's items. Don't ruin them with your little fingers.
You know, he still has a lot of his Magic collection, doesn't he, Jackson?
Oh, that's another one.
Selling it off, apparently.
Magic prices now are at all-time highs. Sell some of your fucking cards.
Sell it all.
Damn it.
Sell it all. Sell it all. Pay off all your debt. Downsize your home to something more survivable on your income. Start if you want to do YouTube, I guess. Follow what Charlie said and post fucking daily. Basically, try to build something from nothing, and then
he doesn't need to. He doesn't even need to build anything. He just needs to keep his 20K average, which is it's actually probably higher than 20K. I'm looking at the channel now. I'd say his average is probably closer to like 30K. All he needs to do is post more videos, and he would make probably 10K a month just from AdSense on that shit.
He says that he's channel-wide demonetization. As far as I know, that's not a thing, right?
No. And what the fuck would he be channel-wide demonetized for? All he posts on here is dog shit. Like, he doesn't post anything incendiary. He doesn't post anything that's against guidelines. All he posts is just him either playing Francis or him talking about his girlfriend now. Like, that's it. Why would he be demonetized?
I could see the Francis videos maybe being demonetized, but it's not like a channel-wide demonetization. All the other shit would be fine.
Exactly. Like, that'd be an individual video.
Oh, we completely forgot. Doesn't he also have an OnlyFans?
No, yeah. I haven't looked at that.
Another income stream.
I mean, he's definitely diversified. He's just so lazy. He doesn't do anything.
I just don't understand how... Like, I legitimately don't understand how he could be so fucking lazy that he can't just make his videos where he hangs out with his girlfriend more often. Like, even those are getting 20K. You're hanging out with your girlfriend, you're sitting on your ass 3 hours a day or whatever. Talk to your girlfriend and film it. Apparently, his audience will watch it. So just do it. And just do more of that. And then you'd make plenty of money to not need to scam your fans again. Like, it's not hard.
Let's look at this. Let's go for a walk and talk with his girlfriend. 44K views. I mowed my lawn. 39K views. A day in our life. Boogie2988. 47K views. And these are all like a month apart at this point. So he's only uploading like once every 2 weeks, maybe. Just do that daily. Just do shit like that daily.
Yeah, that's not even a big ask.
No, it's really not.
You mowed your lawn. Fucking huge.
Let's fucking simplify it. Just do something. Just do anything. Don't sit around and just weasel your way into all these fucking scams and weirdo fucking mental gymnastics. Just do things. Do the work.
Don't say that. Don't say that. You say do something, Boogie, and he's going to come out with like a new NFT project. He's doing something.
And that's fine because I couldn't give less of a fuck what Boogie chooses to do with his life. I don't care. He will forever be a failure until he gets actual legitimate mental help. That's all there is to it.
I just want to know, like, what does his daily routine look like? If he's so bored sitting around fucking hours every day, what does he do?
Well, he would come back. He would come back to this argument. He would hear our argument right now, and after he says that we all want him dead and he's fat, he'll move on to saying, like, he literally can't. He's too mentally unstable. He's too sick. He's literally dying, guys. He can't do anything throughout the day. So that would be his excuse, basically. And I've heard that excuse a million times.
Yeah, but does he like watch things? He doesn't play things. He doesn't play games anymore, I don't think. But, like, does he watch shit, you think? I don't know. Like, what does it look like, him doing nothing? Because even when you're doing nothing, you're doing something. You're watching something. You're playing something. You're looking into something. Like, what does his nothing look like is my question.
I would think he Googles his own name.
Twitter. It's Twitter. It's absolutely Twitter.
It's Twitter. I think it's beyond Twitter, though. I think he Googles his own name on social media and on Google and looks for, like, things relevant to him because he's just constantly talking about himself or shit revolving around him. I think that's what he does in all of his free time. It's just all about himself.
It's absolutely just Twitter.
Which is
honestly.
fine. You
Twitter.
could monetize that. Like, do the fish tank thing. Just set up like a camera in your living room. Let people watch you 24/7.
Oh my
Let
God.
them donate
Kaya, you're a
That's actually
genius.
not a bad
play
idea.
noises or whatever.
Kaya, you are a
it's not a
genius.
bad
He
idea.
could make so much hate watch money by just setting up a stream of his bedroom, hanging out in there and sleeping in there and letting people donate like Wings of Redemption. He could easily...
Fuck, why are we helping him? Why are we giving him these
because
ideas?
what else are we going to do by this point, Jackson?
There's nothing else to say other than just give him advice, because he literally has the easiest path to not be a scammer.
Yep.
Like, he has the easiest road, and it's a road he's already traveled, and now he forgot how to walk it again, I guess.
Yeah.
But don't
So,
you
like,
hate giving him this advice, knowing that he's just going to say, you want me dead, and not listen to the advice? That's why I hate giving...
No, you shouldn't
people
care
wouldn't
how he
give his
thinks
advice.
or what he feels in any capacity, because he's going to do the same fucking thing every single time. It's just a loop.
It is still pretty
frustrating.
infuriating, though.
It is infuriating. Oh,
It
it's
is actually
absolutely
pretty
infuriating.
frustrating.
But I don't care what he makes about this or reacts about this or complains about this on a stream. I couldn't give less of a shit because it's going to be the same thing over and over and over. Same excuses, same weaseling, same whatever. I will talk about him however I want. And I think a great form of proof is Charlie himself. Charlie is an old school YouTuber who has made a gigantic empire out of one simple premise. He does the work. Charlie, you upload daily for
3
God
times a
knows how
day.
long. Not all of your videos are huge mega hits, but they're consistent. And some of them are, because you just keep putting in the work and finding ideas. Boogie was a huge old school YouTuber, and if he just put in the work, he could probably have found it again. But his version of quote unquote putting in the work is, well, who's this one person who has a problem with me? I'll dedicate the next 7 weeks of my life to just complaining about
On
every
Twitter.
facet of minute detail they say. It's worthless. It's nothing. It's pathetic. And here we
You
are.
just reminded me. You just reminded me when I was looking through Boogie's Twitter the other day. He would go through the comment section and reply to fucking every single
Yep.
comment that was left on every
Exactly.
single one of his fucking posts.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
Which
at
is
the
lol
same
cow
token,
behavior.
by the
It is
same token,
absolutely
Charlie,
lol
I
cow.
remember we had a discussion a few years ago about how you handled your channel getting bigger. And you said, sometimes I just don't even read comments because there's just so many and it's useless. It's not a good use of my time. And I agree. And, there are steps that you have to take when you focus on entertaining people for your mental health, for your productivity. And he doesn't do any of them. Any of them at all. He still does the same shit.
He's just lazy. He thinks he's owed it, basically. He's looking for the easiest path when he already has an easy path.
No, it's like lol cow bingo. Never gets off the internet, always reads the comments, and always focuses on the negative ones only. Never the good comments. Never his fans. It's always the negativity that he focuses on. And also, what they all do is, you want me dead. You want me killed. Like, no, I want you to move for me. Like, if anything, I am entertained by you. This is not a thing. Nobody wants to shoot you in the head.
Yeah. Agreed. Also, Charlie, did you see that Boogie in the Telegram was saying, I still think Charlie will get cancelled one day, and I still think Mutahar kind of sucks, and I stand by it. So he was talking in the Telegram for the coin, and so basically saying, like, you're protected by YouTube, essentially. Like, YouTube looks after you, and that's why you're as big as you are, and that you're going to get cancelled one day. Do you have a response to that, Charlie?
I was reading his Telegram. I saw a lot of those. I don't know, Boogie. Couldn't tell you, brother. I don't know why he hates me so much, to be honest. I really don't.
Well, because come on, you're one of the biggest YouTubers, and
because you're offering genuine
speaking out
criticism and
against him.
critique,
Yeah,
and
you're
Boogie can't
criticizing
stand
him.
that. There has to be a narrative where he's being attacked. That's the only explanation to him.
I will say, though, I do appreciate that he's finally dropped this facade. Because he used to say, like, oh, Charlie, like, no. Charlie and I are, like, super tight. Like, even if he has, like, a little bit of problem with me, I actually really love Charlie. I watch every single one of his videos when I knew you never did. I knew he never has. So I at least appreciate him going a little mask off.
It was that disingenuous, like, where he would say something, like, half negative about you, and then he'd be like, love you, though. That love you, though,
Yeah,
always
exactly.
triggers me at the end of the fucking
It was
tweet,
the
whenever he would
fakest
say
shit
that.
ever. I appreciate now that he's finally letting a little of the real Boogie through. He's just being like, no, I actually, like, I've always kind of hated Charlie.
To be fair, he didn't say that publicly. He said it in somewhere where he thought it was private, but it was actually public.
That's
So
true.
He thought
That's
it was
true.
private. He was like, I trust you guys to keep it in here, but not knowing that it's a public channel that anyone can access.
Oh,
Fucking
God.
moron.
He's even a weasel about that. You are allowed to not like other creators. You are allowed to admit, hey, I'm not a fan of this guy's stuff, or I don't think he's very cool.
He doesn't want to burn bridges.
Exactly,
He's a
because he's
Exactly.
Boogie,
He's
and
already-
everything has to be this fucking snake way path. He has to wind his way through everything. He can't just ever be direct. It's insane. Oh, God.
I hope CoffeeZilla posts the video of him, but apparently it was like a full meltdown, like an extremely bad call. Boogie like disassociated or something. He says in the Telegram that he doesn't remember what happened, just that CoffeeZilla messaged him the following day saying it was really fucking gross. So I hope CoffeeZilla
He doesn't
releases-
remember what happened. What does that
Yeah.
mean? Like in a
I
fugue
mean,
state?
Like, I was
Well,
going to
he's
say,
saying
like
he-
Walter White in the gas station fugue state, quote unquote, doesn't remember what
Yeah.
happened.
he turned into the Hulk, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
He disassociated, I guess. He went beyond the pale. But I think that's probably just an excuse. He probably knows what he did. He was trying to manipulate CoffeeZilla really
Of course
hard.
he knows what he did.
Yeah.
Of course
He's just
he
saying that
knows.
as an
It's just the
excuse.
classic
Yeah.
again. Like, oh, I was abused 40 fucking years ago. That's why I do all this bad shit. Get the fuck over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't give you an excuse to be a shit person. So
He
I
will
hope, I hope
never,
CoffeeZilla
he'll never
releases
take
that video.
the. Sorry, Jackson, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I hope CoffeeZilla releases that video, just so more people
Yeah.
know.
He will never take the appropriate action. The appropriate action is get off the internet and take true, actual therapy. And yet, it's just not going to happen. And we're going to have this episode once a month or something like that. Oh, God. God
Oh, you
damn
know what's
it.
super annoying? You know what's he used the fucking thumbnail we had for the official podcast. With
that
him
too.
on back 6 years ago.
That's
he used
not
that
his
thumbnail.
asset.
Yeah, he used that on the token on the website
Yeah,
thing.
and that's not his asset. And
Oh,
that
what a dickhead.
associates us with a scam. Could we hypothetically take action on that?
Well, it wouldn't be against
Potentially.
Boogie. It'd be against the scam, the
Right.
scammer empires.
Right, and I'm not even sure if I care enough, but it's just an interesting take where they did not ask us to use that whatsoever in any capacity.
It's also funny because he I feel like it was a targeted thing because he would have had to go find that. It doesn't come up if you just like search up Boogie on Google Images or anything like that, right?
No, yeah,
So-
you have to go out of your way for it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which is
So
so
that's almost like sad and cute and more sad that he like remembers, oh yeah, that one drawing of me.
no, it's
Like,
more like
it's my
passive
favorite.
aggressive.
Do you think
it's more
that's the most
passive-aggressive.
flattering image of Boogie to exist? That image that we got for the podcast episode.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I mean, it's a really cute picture.
It is, and probably a better call to use that than an actual photo of Boogie, I think.
Yeah, but I definitely feel like that was targeted. A passive aggressive at dig at Charlie, maybe. I don't know. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode. We've been going long enough. I really need to go to bed. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for everyone for listening. Patreon.com/theofficialpodcast is where you want to go to get early access to content. I just uploaded Criminally Stupid number 16, an episode Kyle and myself did on Romeo Lacoste. It was a fantastic episode. Extremely fun episode. So go check that out on the patreon.com/theofficialpodcast.
Just as a teaser, he was telling a 14-year-old that he was going to fill her tummy with vodka and cum.
Yeah, it was
Ugh.
one of the
So
most
there you go if you want to.
Ugh.
Is that the tattoo artist?
tattoo artist.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
That's vile.
Yeah, he's the one that went on the Keemstar Keemstar interview and basically just straight up admitted to it, but he was like defending himself in the most stupid way possible. He didn't realize that there was something wrong with it. Anyway, you can go check that out over at the patreon.com/theofficialpodcast. Ad-free content over there. Let us know your thoughts on that episode as well. We'd really like to hear thoughts. And that's going to do it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Bye-bye.
everyone. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.